right, okay. Ooh. I got people around me. I heard this girl was talking about you. Tea, darling? None for me. Hi everyone, my name is Andrea and this is Poised with Purpose Co. First off, I want to say a major thank you to my friend Catherine. She sent me this cup. I'll put a close-up of it. It's really darling. It has the letter A on it, and the plate itself is really pretty too. Today I'm drinking ginger tea, so if you are also drinking tea today, let me know in the comments below what you're drinking, and if you're not drinking tea, let me know what your favorite kind of tea is. So let's get started on Tea, darling, none for me. Originally with this topic, I wrote an article for a magazine, and I decided to use that article that I wrote for a video. The title of this is called Tea, Darling, None for Me. Burning your tongue, how spilling the tea is actually negative. Point number one is the phrase, spilling the tea. Spilling the tea has become a major part of normal conversation. It has just become so normalized. You always hear it on social media, you probably text each other, make calls, you probably hear it at the workplace, in different environments like that. You probably go to brunch. I think one of the worst places that you actually hear that phrase, or maybe not even the phrase, but you definitely hear gossip, is actually within the church. And so I'm going to put on the screen several scriptures that talk about gossip and controlling the tongue. When we gossip, we're usually not even talking about ourselves. Almost always, the topic of conversation is about another person, and more than likely that person is not even in the room or around to be able to stand up for themselves. This is just a reminder that words that you put out into the atmosphere cannot be taken back. So why has the phrase spilling the tea become so popular? There's a phrase being thrown around daily that I am sure many of you have heard at least once in your life. Spill the tea. Whether it's from a best friend, a boyfriend, an acquaintance, a colleague, or even a parent, spilling the tea has become such a normal part of conversation. It's seen as a harmless way of staying up to date or being vulnerable about life experiences, or rather, other people's life experiences. Let's face it, when we gossip, we're not talking about ourselves. We are almost always talking about other people. And I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm just holier than thou, because I'm not. We all gossip. I think it's extremely hard to get out of the habit, actually. It's difficult because it's trendy. It's hard not to talk about situations that go on, but a big part of that is self-control and self-discipline. The next point is the correlation between the phrase spilling the tea and actual tea. I actually learned from Micah Meyer that we've been kind of holding the teacup wrong. You're only supposed to hold it with like 2 fingers and do it like this. That's a little hard. I'm going to try to do it with these gloves on. At some point, if you happen to see the gloves removed randomly in the video, I got sick of wearing them. Like I said, today I am drinking ginger tea. That has a little bit of a kick to it, a little bit of spice. So let's think about spilling the tea. What happens when you talk to somebody and you spread a rumor or you talk about some sort of drama that happened? Are you going to fabricate the story? Let's think about when you add certain things to your tea. Do you like just plain black tea? Do you drink green tea? What do you add to it? Do you add lemon juice? Do you add honey? Do you add sugar? Do you add a little bit of spice? Well, what happens when you spill the tea when you're talking about gossip or spreading rumors about people? Do you fabricate the story? Do you add a little spice to the story so that the other person gets more interested? It's similar to the actual action of spilling the tea. I wanted to make that correlation between the tea because you hear that phrase, spill the tea, all the time. Does it make you actually feel good? No. So let's take a look at what happens when you actually spill real tea. Wait, tell me the rest of the tea. Yes, I'm not lying to you. Okay, I am not lying to you. So, okay, you're probably all just haters because you have nothing to do with your life. And I'm like, I have plenty to do. It's the fact she thought she was cute. It's the fact she thought she was cute. Actually, okay, so maybe I don't have anything to do with my life, but like, what's the problem? Hold on, girl. There's nothing wrong with chatting. There's nothing wrong with spicing up your life, you know? I just feel like that's the thing to do. Oh, no way! It's really not that funny if you genuinely think about spilling the tea. when you spill the tea, you cannot take back what's already put into the atmosphere. More than likely, you're going to have to wipe it up because you can't put the liquid back into the cup. That would look kind of weird, right? Let's talk about when you actually pour hot boiling water into your tea, onto your tea bag, into the teacup. You have to let it cool. So let's think about that with a heightened situation or something that made you angry and you immediately want to go talk about the person or about the situation. Maybe you should let yourself cool down and maybe let the situation cool down. It's hard sometimes when we automatically want to have a reaction. We want to be angry. We want someone to side with us. But that's not always what's important. Sometimes we ourselves need to just cool down. Point number 3, drama. Let's talk about it. Really? Spilling the tea is all about drama. I'm not talking about your theater class. I'm not talking about the drama kids at school or whatever people like to call us that grew up in drama and theater. We're not talking about that kind of drama. We are talking about gossip, rumors, the bad, negative kind of drama, the kind that people like to feed on for some reason. There's always a risk that you're going to hurt someone or you're going to hurt your own reputation. You also run the risk of losing your trustworthiness and your integrity. There's nothing good that comes out of it. And I know we have all indulged in spilling the tea. Sometimes it's just so spicy, so good. We're like, oh, I absolutely need to know what just happened. Girl, please tell me what just happened. Girl, call me. Tell me everything that happened. But what is it actually doing for ourselves? Is it really benefiting us? Is it really putting good, positive energy and positive words into the atmosphere and into other people's lives? Don't we kind of already have enough negativity in the world? Think about when you add in your sweetener to the tea. You usually will stir it a little bit, right? You got to make sure it all melts together. Well, let's think about when you stir the pot when it comes to drama. What is that going to help? You're going to add more things to the mixture, and that can never be a good thing. My point is, stick to drinking and consuming real tea. Self-discipline and controlling your tongue. Again, I will have the scriptures on the screen as well as in the description box so that you can see what I'm talking about. More than likely, this video is going to go into etiquette as well as into the faith series because it kind of overlaps. But self-discipline, controlling your tongue, controlling your mouth, cooling down, removing yourself from the situation, maybe even just forgiving the situation, even if it doesn't affect you, just saying, I forgive whatever happened, putting that out there, letting it go. And then even when someone's not around and you know they're being talked about, maybe it's a friend, speak up. Speak up. I've had so many situations where people have not spoken up for me, or I've spoken up for other people, or maybe I even didn't speak up for somebody else. And then that comes back around, doesn't it? The person hears, oh, you were talking about me, or I heard you were talking about me and you said this. Wouldn't you rather the person hear, thank you so much for speaking up for me when I heard that this was going on? As you can see, I removed the gloves. I ended up getting sick of them. Well, not really sick of them, but you know what I mean. It's a little bit hard to maneuver with these gloves on when I'm trying to reach for the paper or I'm trying to drink my actual tea. So, as I said before, I encourage you to stick to the warm, cozy feeling of a real cup of tea. Stick to that. Not only does it have really good benefits, it just tastes good. Find your favorite flavor, find your favorite sweeteners, discover the things that you like and enjoy, and maybe that can become the topic of conversation with your friends, your colleagues, and your family. Also, when it comes to spreading drama, just speak the truth. If something did happen and you're upset about it, just say, this is what happened, I'm upset about it, but I'm going to move past it or move forward. There's no point in really dwelling on things. I talk about that a lot with bitterness. That'll be another video, my faith video on bitterness. It is coming. But I just encourage you to stick to drinking real tea and stick to topics of conversation that are going to benefit other people, benefit yourself, and uplift those around you. The next time somebody asks you for the tea on a situation, what are you going to say? Tea, darling? None for me. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Please leave a comment below on drama, on spilling the tea, your thoughts on it, your opinions, your experiences, and let me know if you would like me to do a part 2. I forgot. Micah Meyer actually said you're also supposed to leave the saucer dish there and drink this way. I've been doing it all wrong. Here I am talking about etiquette. I can make a video on that as well. Let me know if you would be interested in that too. In the meantime, I'm I'm going to finish up my ginger tea, and I'll see you in the next video.